An interstellar comet from another star has water that is 40 times more concentrated than Earth's oceans, and scientists just figured out where it came from. But wait, that is just one of 10 incredible space stories this week. SpaceX's brand new Starship V3 is about to fly for the first time. AI just discovered over 100 hidden planets in NASA data. A black hole woke up after 100 million years, and the Artemis moon crew just visited the United Nations. I am your host, and this is SpaceVidya. Let us dive in. SpaceX just announced the launch date for Starship Flight 12, and this one is a game changer. May 12th, less than 2 weeks away, and here is what makes it special. This is the first ever flight of Starship version 3, a completely new rocket. Booster 19 paired with Ship 39, both powered by the brand new Raptor 3 engines. The V3 stack stands 408 feet tall, that is 4 feet taller than V2. But the real story is the payload capacity, over 100 tons to low Earth orbit. That is nearly triple what V2 could carry. This is also the first launch from Orbital Launch Pad 2 at Starbase, Texas. The FAA has already granted flight safety approval. The mission is a suborbital test with a splashdown in the Indian Ocean. No booster catch attempt this time, but if this V3 design works, we are looking at the most powerful rocket in human history becoming operational. Mark your calendars, May 12th. Remember the Interstellar Comet 3I Atlas, the object from another star flying through our solar system? Well, scientists just published an incredible discovery in Nature Astronomy. Using the ALMA radio telescope, they measured the water inside this comet and found something stunning. The deuterium, that is heavy hydrogen, in its water is more than 40 times the level found in Earth's oceans, and over 30 times what we see in any comet from our own solar system. What does this mean? This comet formed somewhere incredibly cold, below 30 Kelvin, that is minus 243 degrees Celsius. The researchers believe the star system where 3I Atlas was born was far colder than ours during its formation. And here is the craziest part. This comet could be up to 11 billion years old. Our solar system is only 4.5 billion. We are literally analyzing water from a completely different star system that is older than our own sun. This is a time capsule from across the galaxy, and we are finally reading what is inside. Artificial intelligence just made one of the biggest exoplanet discoveries ever. A team at the University of Warwick built a powerful new AI tool called REBORN, and they pointed it at 4 years of data from NASA's planet hunting TESS satellite. REBORN scanned observations from 2.2 million stars, and it found 118 validated new exoplanets. 31 of them completely new detections that nobody had ever seen before. But that is not all. They also identified over 2,000 high-quality planet candidates, nearly 1,000 of them entirely new. And some of these worlds are absolutely wild. There are planets that orbit their star in less than 1 day, and others sitting in the so-called Neptunian desert, a region where planets are supposedly not supposed to exist. This is the power of AI in astronomy. It can find what humans miss. One AI tool, 4 years of data, and suddenly we have 100 new worlds. The universe just got a lot more crowded. The astronauts who just flew around the moon are now on a world tour. On April 30th, the Artemis 2 crew, Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Koch, and Canadian astronaut Jeremy Hansen, arrived at United Nations headquarters in New York City. They carried a message about shared purpose and what it means to explore space for all of humanity. Remember, their mission from April 1st to April 11th was the first crewed flight beyond low Earth orbit since Apollo 17 in 1972. That is 54 years. The Orion spacecraft reached 406,771 kilometers from Earth, a new record for the farthest humans have ever traveled in space. And now these four are sharing that experience with the world. Meanwhile, at NASA, the post-flight analysis is underway, and the data from Orion is helping engineers prepare for what comes next, Artemis 3, the first crewed landing on the moon. And speaking of Artemis 3, the moon landing rocket just took a huge step forward. On April 27th, the SLS core stage for Artemis 3 arrived at Kennedy Space Center after a 900-mile barge journey from NASA's Michoud Assembly Facility in New Orleans. The next day, technicians rolled it into the Vehicle Assembly Building, the same building where Saturn V rockets were assembled for Apollo. The core stage will be lifted vertical in High Bay 2 and connected to the engine section and boat tail structure that were already integrated in August 2025. The refurbished RS-25 engines are arriving from Stennis Space Center no later than July. Now, Artemis 3 has been pushed to late 2027, but hardware is arriving and being assembled. This is the rocket that will carry the first astronauts to walk on the moon since 1972. It is getting real. If you are learning something new about space every time you watch, then smash that subscribe button. I bring you the latest space news twice a week. Drop a comment. Which story blew your mind today? Alright, 4 more incredible stories. Let us keep going. James Webb Space Telescope strikes again. This time, JWST detected something absolutely fascinating. Buckyballs. These are molecules made of 60 carbon atoms arranged in the shape of a soccer ball, technically called Buckminster fullerenes. Webb found them inside a planetary nebula called TC1, about 10,000 light-years from Earth. Now, buckyballs are among the most complex molecules ever found in space, and finding them in a nebula helps scientists understand how organic molecules form in the cosmos. These are the building blocks of the chemistry of life, and they are floating around in a cloud of SpaceX just hit an absolutely mind-blowing milestone. On May 1st, May Day, they launched Starlink 1038 from Cape Canaveral. That was their 51st Falcon 9 launch of 2026. We are only in May and they have launched 51 rockets. That is one launch every 2.4 days. And the booster, B10069, landed successfully on the drone ship a shortfall of gravitas, marking the 607th booster landing ever for SpaceX. The very next day, May 2nd, they launched again with a South Korean Earth observation satellite plus 44 rideshare payloads. They are targeting 140 to 145 Falcon 9 launches for the full year. That is essentially one launch every other day. No other company, no other country comes close to this cadence. SpaceX is making rocket launches look as routine as airline flights. Here is a story that is going to make a lot of us proud. NASA astronaut ANIL MENON, an Indian American, has been assigned to fly to the International Space Station on a Soyuz rocket on July 14th. This will be his first space flight. Menon was born and raised in Minneapolis. He is an emergency medicine physician, a mechanical engineer, and a colonel in the United States Space Force. Before NASA, he was SpaceX's first ever flight surgeon. He helped launch the historic Demo 2 mission in 2020 that sent humans to space on a Dragon capsule for the very first time. He will spend 8 months on the ISS as part of expeditions 74 and 75, flying alongside Russian cosmonauts Pyotr Dubrov and Anna Kikina. Incredible career, incredible mission, and representation matters. A supermassive black hole just woke up after sleeping for 100 million years, and it erupted like a cosmic volcano. Scientists observed the black hole at the center of galaxy J1007 plus 3540 suddenly restart its powerful jets, blasting material across nearly 1 million light-years of space. Think about that. Energy spreading across 1 million light-years after 100 million year nap. The findings were published in the monthly notices of the Royal Astronomical Society, and this is one of the clearest views ever of a so-called reborn black hole. Scientists used highly sensitive radio instruments to capture this incredible eruption. We thought this black hole was dead. Turns out it was just sleeping. And when it woke up, the universe noticed. And finally, grab your binoculars because May is going to be an incredible month for sky watching. The Eta Aquarid meteor shower is peaking on May 5th and 6th. These shooting stars come from the debris trail of Halley's Comet. You can expect 10 to 30 meteors per hour in the northern hemisphere. Best viewing is before dawn. Now, the full moon on May 1st will reduce visibility a bit, but it gets better as the moon wanes. And here is the real treat. May 31st brings a blue moon, the second full moon in the same calendar month. This is the first blue moon since August 2023. And on May 18th, look west after sunset. Venus and the crescent moon will be shining together in the sky. Three amazing events in 1 month. Do not miss them. And that is your top 10 space news for this week. What a week it has been. From Starship V3 getting ready for its first flight to an interstellar comet carrying water from an 11 billion year old alien star system to AI discovering 100 new planets and a black hole waking up after 100 million years, space just keeps blowing our minds. If you learned something new today, smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Subscribe and tap the bell. I post twice a week. You do not want to miss what is coming next. Which story blew your mind? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. I am your host at SpaceVidya. Keep looking up and I will see you in the next one.